Wedding traditions with terrifying origins. 1. Bridesmaids weren't originally there to support the bride. They were human decoys. In ancient Rome, bridesmaids dressed exactly like the bride to confuse evil spirits. And kidnappers, rival clans, would try to snatch the bride during the journey to the ceremony. So a group of identical women made it nearly impossible to know who the real bride was. Your matching bridesmaid dresses? They come from using body doubles to stop a kidnapping. On a bad day, one of the maids would be taken away, mistaken for the bride too. The best man wasn't chosen because he's the groom's closest friend. He was chosen because he was the strongest fighter amongst his friends. In cultures where marriage by capture was normal, the groom needed help physically taking the bride from her family. The best man stood beside him with a weapon, ready to fight off angry relatives trying to reclaim her. And the guy who holds the rings today? Well, he was once considered your kidnapping accomplice. 3. Throwing the bouquet. Throwing the bouquet started because crowds of women used to rush to the bride and tear pieces of her dress off for good luck. Brides were often scratched, bruised, or chased. So brides began tossing an object, usually flowers, as a distraction so they could escape in one piece, as the mob tears at the tossed object for blessings instead. Today's bouquet toss was literally a survival trick created to stop mobs of women from attacking the bride. 4. Wedding veils. Wedding veils weren't made for beauty. They were meant for protection and as blind folds. In ancient Assyrian and Babylonian cultures, veils hid the bride's face, so rival men couldn't identify or target her for abduction. And in forced marriages, veils ensured the bride didn't see the groom until it was too late to back out. If you ended up with Ugly John, you had to stay. The veil now is used to complement the bride's dress, but it was a blind fold until the final reveal without an option of backing out, in case whoever was in front of you wasn't to your taste. 5. The father giving the bride away. People think this moment is emotional, a father blessing his daughter. But originally, it had nothing to do with love in ancient Europe and the Middle East. Daughters were considered property, and marriage was a transfer of ownership from one man to another. The father walked his daughter down the aisle to hand her over like an asset, often in exchange for land, livestock, money, or political alliances. This popular and emotional moment today, it began as a business transaction, not a moment of blessing.